Thank you for listening to Depictions Media Radio.
Good afternoon. Today, Canada has received troubling reports of potential restrictions to access to vaccines at a time when Canadians are increasingly worried about the spread of variants and potentially continued lockdown restrictions. We have heard that the European Union is about to pass legislation which would further restrict exports of vaccines, and we know that Canada is reliant upon production in the European Union for access to vaccines. At the same time, we are also hearing reports of the same situation arising in India. This is very troubling. Now, I do know that the federal government is out saying that they have verbal assurances from the European Union that this is not going to be a problem. However, the fact that I believe it's 92 other countries are on a list saying that this is not going to be a problem for them, but Canada isn't, is troubling. I think that at this juncture, it's incumbent upon the Prime Minister, after export restrictions in the EU have been problematic or a potential problem for weeks, that the Prime Minister needs to explain why we don't have written assurances. The Prime Minister also needs to explain and be very clear to the provinces on whether or not these potential export restrictions from both the European Union and India will have impacts on provincial vaccine delivery schedules. At this point in time, the provinces have been very clear that supply has been an issue, and supply has been a key component in whether or not provinces are looking at continued lockdown. So at this point in time, verbal, don't worry, everything's okay is not what provinces or any Canadians are looking for from the federal government. They're looking for certainty, and we do not have that today. So what we are looking for with the Conservative Party is written assurances from the European Union as well as other countries around the world on these particular schedules and whether or not we will be impacted by potential export restrictions, and then a plan and clarity from the federal government directed to the provinces so that they can plan accordingly. This is extremely concerning.